like, have you ever heard of the Russian dating scams?
I haven't.
Okay, so Russian dating scams are where they look, predominantly they were started in Russia, like, you know, so it's probably just dating scams in general. But what they would do is they go on the free, you know, you get like a free month or so, right? So you go on and you set up an account, let's say you're in Russia. So you set up an account on Match.com, eHarmony, all of these things. And you take photographs of some girl who's, whatever, 24, 25 years old. She's cute. She's not over the top gorgeous, but she's gorgeous. And you start approaching these guys. Mm-hmm. And these people start a correspondence with these guys in semi-broken English, right? So they know something's up. They don't tell them at first, but once the guys start to really make inquiries, the girl is like, look, I actually live in Russia, you know? Like, I know I said I live in Pittsburgh, but I'm actually, you know, first they tell you I'm Russian. But then eventually they say, look, I'm actually not in Pittsburgh. I'm actually in Russia.
So they kind of like develop the relationship on the front end.
Exactly. Yeah. So they've got them, they suck them in, and then they say, look, I'm in Russia, but and then so you're going to lose some guys, but I'm actually saving money right now to come to the United States. It costs about $1,400. I've already got like $800 saved. In a couple months, I'm planning on coming. And here's what they do. So for an extra $600, $500, $400, for $400, if I give you $400 right now, you'd come.
Yeah. So the girl doesn't even ask. The guy's like, that's all you need. I'll give it to you.
Right. So, hey, no problem. And they send them $400. So then they send them a copy of their passport, the ticket they've bought. It's a real ticket. The guy can go and check. Oh, it is a real ticket. Now, he can't prove that she's on the plane, but doesn't matter. Now, here's the hook. Typically, the person calls. So you get a phone call from Russia. Mm-hmm. Very brief. Hello, Jim. Oh my gosh, I can't do Russian, but they do a whole broken. Oh, I can't believe I'm speaking to you. Oh man, that's it. Boom, that's it. It gets cut off. Then you get the email. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You know, the phone system is so bad here. Blah. Doesn't matter. It's a real person.
Yeah.
It's not a bot. It's a real person. Doesn't matter. They hired some chick that makes 5 calls a day.
Right.
So she talked for 30 seconds. So now you know this is a real person. She wants to come. Boom. You send her the $400. Gets the $400. Says she's on the plane. Then you go to the airport. So now you're at the airport and you get the text on your phone. I'm in passport control. Right? It's like I'm in immigration. I'm coming through. They stop me. Because I have no money, they won't let me into the United States. I have to have $900 or $800 to get through passport, because otherwise their fear is I'm not on vacation. I won't leave. Can you send me $800? I'll give it back to you as soon as I get through. You're just on the other side of the wall. What do? The guy goes and he Western Unions $800. And then he stands there and he waits with his bouquet of flowers, and he waits and he waits and he waits, and she never comes.
Gone. That's brilliant.
They got you for $1,000 to $1,200, $1,400, because to an American, $400 is nothing. And imagine what a superhero you look like this to this chick. This hot little chick wants to come to the United States. She's going to come here. She's going to stay with me, and for $400, it's nothing. But once you've paid the $400, now once you're invested, you're going to pay another $8. So you easily throw the 8. Why wouldn't I? She's on the other side. I believe it. I talked to her on the phone. She flew in. I'm here. I got my flowers. This is great.
I could see how you could get roped in so easily.
Absolutely.
It's like one of our most base human needs is companionship.
Right. And for $1,000 is nothing, and you're getting the other $800 back right away.
Yeah.
As soon as she walks through the door. Wow. How cruel. And you realize that most of these things are not even reported. People are humiliated. They're embarrassed. And even if they are, what, you think the FSB is going to, you think that the FBI calls the FSB and they're going to go arrest somebody in Russia? They're like, you're ripping off Americans. I don't care about that.
Yeah, they probably know it's like under a certain threshold too, right?
Well,
like
they got
it's
it down.
Under a certain amount of money.
They got it down. Not just that, the Western Unions where you send the money are owned by the mob. So you just pay 20% to the mob. So these are independent contractors, and the mob gets 20% to cash it. They're not getting their money back. You really sent the money. What are you going to do? Oh, I want my money back. Why? Did you file a? Well, I was scammed. Did you file a police report? Did you think about it? They're never getting their money back. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And $1,000 in the U.S. I mean, in Russia, these people are living on $8,000 a year. That's a lot of money. You get 2 suckers a week doing that. You are rolling in money in Russia.
I would imagine it's pretty easy to scale that kind of an operation up. You know, how many guys...
They do it everywhere now. They do it in Nigeria, everywhere. But it started in Russia. It was called the Russian dating scam. Now it's everywhere, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But when it first came out, it was the Russians. So how would that work with... Now, you don't even need to text the person. You can basically... Because keep in mind what they were doing. They're going out and they're sending out, let's say, 100 a day. They're fishing with 100 a day on Match.com.
Yeah.
To try and get 40 people that respond, 20 people that stay with the chat long enough, and then maybe 10 people that end up that they have to make the phone call to. 5 of those people, think about that. That's a pretty good ratio. Even if you got 1% a day that actually went through the entire scam, I mean, that's 5 to 7 a week.
It's all numbers, yeah. It's all formulas. Right. It's all numbers.
And now with ChatGPT, you don't even have to do that.
No, you could just create a chat. You can easily create and program a chatbot. It's not complicated. You could hire someone off of Upwork to program an entire chatbot.
And then you have a phone, because you understand it's not a girl. It's a 22-year-old guy.
It's Andrew Tate on the other side.
It's a guy, exactly. It's a guy you're talking to. So now you don't even need to hire the girl. You could have a Russian-sounding person make that phone call. It's just as easy to get.
It sounds so simple. It's like I got into launching and marketing with podcasts. I should have just gotten into Russian mail order brides. Like how that's unbelievable.
It's not too late.
You're also preying on these people that are they probably feel immensely hopeless. I just psychologically, depression and suicides are up. I don't know. I think that I would struggle with doing something like that, but I could see how easily you could get roped. Have you ever dated online? Yeah, I like to think so.
No, I know. I've heard about that. It's a problem. But yeah,
heard about those things.
But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's horrible. But yeah, definitely. Wow, that with AI. Wow,
powerful.
Yeah,
powerful. And we were talking about emails earlier and how easily you can scrape the web. You can scrape the web for emails at scale, and you can pump out hundreds of thousands of emails a day.
I was gonna say, with AI, imagine you already, by the time you're actually talking with that person, when they tell you their name, and hey, can you give me your email address? Right then, they can take that, dump that back into it and realize, okay, the guy's got 2 kids. He's divorced twice. He's got a dog. He works in this. So I need to start gearing my chat toward those things so that we have common interests.
Yeah.
Now you're really falling in love. It's not just a hot little 22-year-old or 24-year-old. It's like this chick that we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
She loves kids. She wants to date a guy that has kids. Do you have kids? I do have 2 kids. Oh my gosh. Are they teenagers? Teenagers are just the best. I do have teenagers. What?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. And you could filter that automatically with tagging and sequencing. Say, okay, this person's into dogs and kids. And then I'm going to send them a picture of me with my dog and
with
kids.
My puppy.
And then you could have an entire profile set up. You could have all these fake people. How much of the internet do you think is just fake people and fake bots? When Elon bought Twitter for $53 million, he purged, I heard, up to 80% of the platform because it was fake bots.
It's horrible.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I just wonder, now it's this point where you've got bots following bots, liking on other bots. It's just it's a complete mess.
Do you ever get the bot texts?
Sure.
Where they're like, hey, Jim, did you get the package? Or whatever. And it's, to me, even then, I'm always like, I'm not Jim. Please leave me alone. Even though it's a bot, I still answer. I'm still I'm still polite and nice. I'm like, listen, I'm not interested. No, you're a bot. Stop it.
I got an email just this week from quote unquote Meta. It said, hey, your account's been suspended for a copyright strike. Please click this link to appeal. Don't ever click a link online,
right?
Where you don't know where it's from. Never, ever, ever. That's how many people have lost their Bitcoin wallets, their crypto wallets because they click on a link, hacker gets in, all of a sudden they're into your MetaMask, they're into all of your crypto. You ain't never getting your crypto back.